What's going on, everybody? All right, we're gonna get started. Let's do this. All right. So how's everybody doing? Tuesday. It is. I'll be honest. It's been a pretty good past 2 weeks. So we're gonna dive into it. Kind of go do a quick little recap like I normally do, and we'll go from there. All right. Kind of the stuff that I'm looking at, and jump in. So talk about UJ. Yeah, we'll talk about UJ. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll be honest, like this is how I'll tell you right now, this is how I really got to where I'm at now with my market analysis is by just kind of sharing it with others. Obviously before I got to the point where I could share it, I made sure I knew what I was talking about. Um, through a lot of back testing, a lot of journaling. And speaking of journaling, I have got everything put together to do a journal video. I will be doing it this week. I figure if I plan to do an hour-long video, that hour-long video will turn into 2 hours. So I gotta just make sure I got the 2 hours to do it. Alrighty. Do I trade indices? Yeah, I trade a couple of them here and there. So yeah. Need to do more back testing to confirm this, but with the extremes of the legs, even in an Asian session, the setup is worth taking. Yeah. With as long as it's not right at Asian Open. So Sydney, definitely no. As long as it's not at Asian Open. So for me, that's why I allow myself to set the limit before I go to bed. I go to bed, sometimes around 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So it's about an hour, 2 hours after Asian session opens. So yeah. UCAD, yeah, we'll go over UCAD. You need a master US 30 in gold. All right. Absolutely. I'll tell you, US 30 last year, US 30 was my biggest profit maker. So I made the largest profit margin off of US 30. US 30 gives some really clean schematics too. So, but let's dive into it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So just to recap, I'm going to go through the 3 trades that I still currently have open. I I do have one. I mean, it is a very very small position on gold still open from that sell. I'm not even managing it right now. I'm just letting it. It's either going to hit break even or it's going to go all the way to 1500. Um, and I'm just going to keep watching gold for potential buys if it gives it to me. All right. Um, Recap on EJ. So I sent this in the group chat. I've been waiting on this sucker I've been waiting on this thing for 22 days. So yeah, 22 days I was waiting on EJ buys. So finally got into it. And, from this perspective, you should be able to see now that we have traded into, right? We have traded into the extreme of the leg. All right. Unfortunately, the limit order I had set missed by 2.5 pips. But hopefully you were able to really watch price action as it came in during New York session. Oh, hold on. Wrong button. My bad, guys. There we go. So hopefully you were able to see it as it came into New York session. It was pretty nice how it came in. And let's go. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay, perfect. There we go. All righty. I am back on here. All right, that works. That works. My bad. They drop. I hate how the stop share and the annotate button are right close together. So, um, let's see. Missed that. I had it lower. You missed EJ, yeah, but it gave you 3 opportunities to get into a buy. So we'll cover it. We'll cover it. Spent a few hours journaling, great lessons in it. It was. So as price came into our point of interest, there was actually 3 trades, but only 2 of them were actually plausible because one of them just wasn't happening. One of them was during changeover and the spreads were ridiculous. All right. So as price came into our point of interest, you can kind of see, let's go up to a 5-minute. Yeah, there we go. All right. We start to come in and create our schematic. All right. Really clean schematic. Really gave me the points I was looking for. Shout out to Patrick for finding the 61 minute. So remember, I look for the most voluminous candle, right? That gives me the spring. So if you looked at the 60-minute, right, the 1 hour, really nothing really was there. But if you just kind of played around with it, and you went to the 61-minute, well, that 61-minute was that full volume candle, right? So when you put a fib on it, the 80% sits right here, right? 80% sits right there. That 80% of the 61 came into the 6-minute, the 5-minute, and the 4-minute for confluence. Okay. So I ended up putting a limit order off of that 6-minute candle. This is where I was taking my entry off of. It wasn't a tight entry. It was like 7.5 pips, but sometimes you got to trade with what you're dealt. And of course, because this was our low, and then this was the previous low within the schematic, this is all I needed us to break. As soon as we broke that, I went ahead and set my limit order on it. And then the rest was history. All right. 80% of that 61 minutes where I was looking to target. Price ends up coming in at towards the end of New York session, right about there, tags it in. And then from there, it was kind of just managing it. All right. Please explain full volume candle, just the largest candle, right? So on the 61-minute, right, we can say that this is where they sold to turn around and then buy. All right. Yeah. This is where they sold to buy. All right. So I want the most voluminous candle. All right. I want the candle with, I don't need a volume indicator to tell me that's where the volume was of orders in this candle right here. So that's what I was looking for. Okay. Your entry was off the 4-minute. Was it? So how did you journal it? Did you say that, did you put in there that next time, really, because for me, I mean, I saw the 4-minute, but I wanted to make sure I was in this trade. So I didn't want to miss this by half of a pip. So yeah. I took it off the 6. I took it off the 6. All right, cool. 80%. Yeah. It sucks. Listen, and I'll tell you this. So Ryan, one of the things that, and trust me, I know people that had it off the 4-minute as well. So it's not like you're alone on it. It's just, for me, it was the big indicator for me was the full candle, the spring candle, which was the 80%. And when that lined up with the 6-minute, X marks the spot, I took it off of that. Okay. Now the next order, or the next limit that I was looking at, and here, I'll just move this over. The next limit I was looking at was, of course, I needed price to make a new high, right? So as soon as price made a new high, I started to look to see, well, where in this bottom leg can price return back to? So immediately I was looking here, and then I was looking here, and then I was looking here, right? What really gave me the confluence was on the 2-minute. Was when price came into the 2-minute, we could see that this 2-minute down candle came in to mitigate this candle. So we had this left, but then we also had just a small little smorgasbord of imbalance, right? So this was the last area of imbalance that I was looking at. So 50% of the 2-minute candle is where I ended up taking this. And oh, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, okay. And then you can see 50% of that 2-minute candle also was into the threshold of the 1-minute candle. So for me, I had a limit order off that 1-minute, stop loss just below this wick. All right. Hold on, the trailing stop. Yep. Listen, Sango, bro. That C trader did you in, I guess, man. C trader, what minute was that crazy GA candle? 350 minute. I was told that a break of structure is valid when it's done by a candle body close and not the wick for confirmations. So the only thing I'll tell you is this. And even when I talk about stuff, like when I say, hey, I like the 80% or the 50% of candles, or when I talk about where I do breaks of structure and stuff like that, don't take my word for it, back test it. So if someone told you that you need a candle body close for a break of structure, that's great to start with, but make sure you back test it, because your confirmations are going to be different than mine, right? Mine are going to be different than someone else's. At the end, you've just got to be sure of what your confirmations are so that you can properly take the trades that you want to take. All right. That's how I'll say it that. All right. For me, a wick still is a break of structure. That's how I look at it. Okay. The way I trade, wicks break structure, because wicks are still an order that either exceeds a price at a high end or exceeds it on the low end. All right. So it's still an order, a contract that bypasses, goes above or below. So that's how I look at it. Now, in the past, I'll tell you right now, I used to look at wicks uh, differently, and I would require a candle closure, but those days are long gone. And I can tell you, if anybody that knows me, like personally in my trading career, those days I was a pretty decent trader. I would think that I'm a little better trader these days. So, and I'll just go with that. Okay. All right, hold on. I just got to turn my AC down. Let's see. Such a perfect entry with no drawdown. How do you determine your spread since it's fluctuate? All right. So on this one here on EJ, what I ended up doing was I would say all three of the accounts I traded this on, if I remember correctly, it was ranging between 0.4 and 0.7 pipettes on the spread. So I always just make sure that I always go to the high end. So, and especially if you're really stalking price, I know on my MT5, I've got that little position calculator up here, and it's got the spread up in this top. That's always just running. So when I'm setting up my my entry and stuff like that, I kind of always got an idea of what I'm looking at, and you trade these so often that you kind of start to learn what their spread ranges are. So in this case, I don't remember what I used, but I just went off of what the higher end was. So that's how I caught that entry. All right. Um, yeah. There you go. There you go, man. Good answer right there. Yep. Back test it. Yeah, exactly. Use it as a guide, but I'll tell you right now, don't use it as a be end all, a be all end all. How did I get my POI on this? It was the extreme. It came into the extreme. So do I want to join Deutsche Bank? No, I'm good, man. Thanks. I'm good. Thank you though. Okay. So I was looking at this bad boy right here, this 2-minute candle. All right. This is where I was looking to play off this 2-minute candle. Stop just below the wick. So we're talking, I think it was like 2.6 pips. 2.6 pip stop loss was this. Let's see. Yeah. So 2.1. And then with my spread was 2.6 pips. So that was my second entry. But again, what I needed price to close above, right? I needed price to close above this high. Okay. Because now what we wanted to see was the order flow change, right? So as price trades on up there and creates this reaccumulation that happens right here. Okay. Now I've got my limit order set right here. All right. I've got my limit order set right here, and it's just a matter of letting it play out. So price comes on down and pops right into my order right here. So that was the second entry you could have caught. And if you go down to the 1-minute time frame, there was a fantastic accumulation that occurred, right? Fantastic. All right. This was just beautiful, really nice, clean price action. We get the manipulation, the spring. If you go to the 4-minute candle, right, full volume candle, you'll see that 80% of this candle pop goes the weasel right there and then takes off. The only thing that sucked, this happened at 5:04 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 minutes after changeover. So there's no way that I was going to be able to get into this trade. All right. So it just sucks that happened. And, from there, price, it's history. Price just took off and never came back. So I've taken partials, especially off this new high that we had. And, the rest is history. We're up over 100 pips on it. So you do the math on this bad boy right here. That was 2.5 pips. I'm up 100 pips on it. So And, you know, we're getting some really nice bullish order flow, bullish momentum. All right. Uh, hold on, bear with me here. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on. All right, guys. Sorry. Let's see. Do you have a limit for how long you keep an order limit active before you delete it? So I do not have. I'll tell you right now. It's not as far as time limit. It's price action. So a limit order only gets deleted when it becomes invalidated. Okay, that's it. What do you think about DXY? Where it's trading currently. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it. A wick is a candle. Yeah, exactly. Wick is a candle in a minor time frame. Or exactly, lower time frame. Do I ever use the line chart to validate structure? I do. Yeah. If I'm unsure of what structure currently is, I will. I'll use the line chart, especially in the lower time frames. And I'll tell you right now, I use it to kind of sway my decision to take a trade. All right. So if like the wicks are kind of throwing me off a little bit on structure, I'll go to a line chart. And if the line chart says that I can take the trade, I'll take the trade. All right. What do you use? What do you use to set up your fib? You mean like where do I measure from? Candle open or candle close? That's what I use. Can you go over what's happening in UJ now in the 2 minute? Not sure if it's a valid distro or a shakeout. Well, I'll tell you right now, if it's happening on UJ right now, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We'll get to UJ, but don't even worry about it. I'll tell you right now, if you backtest UJ, everything that happens between Sydney and Asian sessions suck. So, and we're at an area where I wouldn't be looking for sells on UJ. I'd be waiting a little bit longer, and I'm definitely not looking to buy from where it's at. I need it to come down. All right. Can you please show us a top down on how you get your POI? Yeah, yeah. When we get into some of the pairs that I'm looking at, yeah. If a POI has been covered, if it's been mitigated on some time frames, yeah. I'll tell you right now, if the point of interest has been mitigated on the higher time frames, then it's no longer a point of interest to me. Yeah. When is an invalid limit? Wait, all right. So I'm guessing, when do I invalidate an order? So this limit order, right? This extreme, anyone that had the extreme limit that I was looking at, this 10-minute down here, right? This gets invalidated when we take out this high, because currently, can the extreme limit order still be invalid, or can it still be in play? And absolutely, right? So if you just look at what price action's done, right? We have this high to this leg, to this leg, to this leg. We could come right here and then come in and touch my limit order. So this is still valid, right? It becomes invalid when we break this high right here, right? Because this is going to be essentially the break of order flow. So what I don't want to happen, right? What I don't want to happen is I don't want price. Hold on, bear with me. I don't want price to. There we go. Here's a little cleaner, right? I don't want price to break order flow, to then break order flow, to then break order flow. That's not going to happen, right? That's unrealistic. If we break this high and then we come back and take out this low, then we're coming lower, right? And we're going to turn bearish. All right. All right. I'm trying to get through it. Let's see. How do you get to that interval button? The interval button. What's the interval button? Are you talking about the time frame? Like if I go like this, that just type in the time frame you want. Yeah. So if you want like the 15-minute, 15. If you want the hour, 1H. You know, if you want the 1 day, there, 1D. If you want the 12 day, 12D. If you want the 1 week, you know, the 1 month, yeah, you can do that. You know, the 30 seconds, you can do that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just type it in. It automatically defaults to it. So, yeah. You're on a Mac, also good. All right, cool. Can we say that order flow is bullish on EJ? Yeah. Order flow is bullish. Yeah. We're definitely getting some really nice price action. So yeah. Reminds you of the day we were 55 minutes. I just covered it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Perfect. All right. We're caught up. Boom. Let's go for it. All right. So what do I expect now from EJ? All right. So we are coming into an area where I'm potentially looking for a distribution. All right. And this is kind of where, when you're on a buy, you can start working hedges. Okay. So we do have a valid distribution up here. All right. Currently, you can see the creek, right? This could turn into a reaccumulation very easily, which I'm expecting. All right. Now, what I am also expecting is that we've just made this new high from this high here. Okay. So on the lower time frame, this low is what's maintaining structure. All right. So what I want to see happen is I want us to either trade down into this area where I will be looking for an accumulation. All right. I will be looking for an accumulation in here to then take this up into this area here. Okay. If that doesn't happen and we go up tonight into this area here, I'm going to be looking specifically in these two 30-minute candles for a distribution to take form. If that happens, I'm going to take the sell on the distribution to walk it down to my buying area. Okay. I do not want price to trade below here anymore. All right. Not now. I don't mind it doing it once we take the high out and then we can come back down to the extreme. And this is going to be my extreme down here. So once we take this high out up here, we then now have a new higher time frame leg, and my extreme becomes the 6 and 3 minute open, which is also the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 IPA imbalance fill. Okay. And it also comes into the 50% of the 1 and 2 minute. All right. So that will be my extreme limit. All right. Check the 45 minute on EJ. All right. Let's see. Yeah. You're talking about this candle right here. Yeah, that's where I'm looking as well. I'm looking. I did have the 50% on it, right? You could see that we've traded into that 50%, which leaves the 80% open. I almost thought about putting a limit order on it, but then my trading plan told me my rules say no, because we're not in a higher time frame bias yet, and we haven't taken this high, that no limit order is in place yet. Yeah, inefficient price action. There you go. Yep. Oh, where my SC is up here, right here. Yeah, I like the 30-minute better though, man. I mean, I'm not setting a limit order, so it doesn't matter. But you mean this one right here, this 30-minute? Yeah, you're talking about this one, right? The 45-minute above it. Hold on. The 45-minute above it. You talking about this right here? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. These are the areas. Like I'm not setting any limit orders on sells because we're bullish. So I would need to see a distribution. That's the only way I'm going to get into it, is off a distribution. And it's only going to be to hedge the position. But I do like this 45-minute. I specifically like the 80% of it, right? I like the 80% of it. And so that's where the 80% sits. Hold on, let's go 1 hour, 2 hour. Yeah. No, I like the, let's see, 30-minute. Let's go 25. Let's go 25. 25-minute. Let's go 20. Let's go 15. Let's go 12. Yeah, so that's the 15. Does that line up with any? So this is the 45 and the 15. 15-minute. All right. Let's go, hold on, let's go 12. Let's go 10. I just want to see if there's another reason for it to come down in here. Let's go 9. Yeah, look at that 9-minute. Well, it is the 9-minute. Okay, so it's the 15, it's the 9. Let's go 8-minute. Let's go 7. I just need to see some imbalance in there now. 6, 5. Come on, show me some imbalance. Look at that nice 5-minute too, man. We're just shy of that 5-minute. All right, 4-minute. Come on, give me an imbalance in there, and then maybe I'll think about it. 2-minute. Man, 50% of that 2-minute looks like. Let's see what the 1-minute looks like. All right, so I mean, damn, there's your 1-minute open right there. So, and it's also the 1-minute open. Yeah. Bear with me. I'm just going to screenshot this for a second. Take some photos from my journal while I do this. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Hold on. 20-minute open. Okay. You're flipping through random time frames to find a specific candle shape in the area. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, to find confluence. Exactly. More than one reason for price to come in there. Yeah. So I like that. You said the 20-minute? No, I got nothing on the 20-minute. 20-hour? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking. All right. Let's see. Now, I'm not looking for the last down move before the up. No. What I'm looking for in this specific area is a reason for price to come into our extreme. Okay. So this so far is what I'm liking. So give me a second here. Okay. All right. So this, I like this candle. I'm going to send this to Zach. He's going to flip out. All right. Hold on, guys. All right. So I may or may not wait for the schematic in there. We'll see. I may or may not. I may just take a light risk on it. All right, so that is saved. Okay. All right. So the way I'm looking at it is this is now our new leg because we took this high, right? Well, what is our slingshot candle that took the high, and it's in this area here? So if price takes this area out, the only other area I care about is into the extreme. So let's just see where price is at. Hold on. Let's just see where price is at. Yeah. So we already took out the slingshot. So I'm going to be looking in here. Yeah. I may put a limit order on it. We'll see. If I do, it's going to be low risk because I'm supposed to wait for a schematic in there, which I probably will end up, at least on my big account, I'll be waiting for a schematic. So that's just under 5 pips. Yeah, this is just under 5 pips. All right. And even if I take it into the area where I want to sell from, it'll be a 1 to 17. So the idea behind this is this. Okay. I'm going to be, there's 2 scenarios that could be at play here, right? Scenario 1 is we just kind of trade down into here, come into that extreme that I want, and then we come up to here where I will look to get into a hedge to sell down, right? And then we obviously, because if this happens, now this becomes the new leg, right? If that doesn't play out and we go up first, then I'll be looking, that's why my alert is up here. I'll be looking for the sell down to this area here. Well, I'll then get into a buy. Once the buy is in profit and at break even, I'll close out of my sell, and that'll be the end of that hedge. All right. So that's how I'm going to play this. All right. That's exactly how I'm going to play this. Let me go to the 45-minute real quick. Yeah, I like EJ. All right. I like EJ for the buy off of that. There we go. Okay. So does everyone understand that? Everyone good with that? And you know what I'm talking about. What's extreme? It's just the bottom of my leg, right? So price has this low to this high. Because we made a high, this is that low. Because we now made a new high and we made a new high, that makes this that low. So we just made a new high, which makes this the low. All right. So this is my extreme area. My slingshot areas are the areas that cause the high or the low. Okay. All right. All right. Boom. That's good. All right. I like EJ. I like EJ. Let's see. You can reduce your stop loss some more now. I don't know. Let me see what you see on the 1 minute. Nope. No. I'm not going to be able to. I got to cover to the bottom of this wick. Here's the 1 minute. Yeah. There's the 1 minute. I've got to cover. I've got to cover to the bottom of the wick. So, yeah, that's all she wrote for me. Yeah. I got to cover to the bottom of the wick. If you guys want to try to, if you want to try to do something else with it, you can. But I'm going to cover to the bottom of the wick, just because I mean, I'm already into 2 positions, so I'm okay with it. I'm fine taking a 5 pip stop loss on this, especially with my targets up to the top. All right. Yeah. Confluence, right? Confluence equals more than one reason to take the trade. The extreme. Yep, exactly. Discounted prices, man. Kmart. If you guys remember Kmart blue light special. That 15 minute under the 45 minute is now invalid. This one here. Yeah, for now it is. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is the low that is maintaining the lower time frame structure right now. This is the low right here. All right. Maintains lower time frame structure. Okay. Yep. That is boom. Okay. Yeah. This is what's maintaining structure. You just got a different term. Yeah. I guess. Do you have your fib set up as default or some at the extent? I don't have fib extensions. Yeah. I don't use fib extensions. I mean, I have fib extensions. I use them for just remember fib extensions are retail trader like stuff. So yeah, let's see, where's my fib extensions? Light fib, is that it? Yeah. Okay. So that's just your standard retracement, right? These are the standard retracements: 61.8, 71, 78.6, 88.6. And then I've got the one with the extensions, like the -27. What is it? -27, -61.8. So I'll use those to kind of see what retail is probably going to be doing. But other than that, and I'll be honest, I can't tell you the last time I looked at a fib extension. So yeah. All right, cool. So that's EJ. That's what I'm looking at for EJ. All right. All right, let's go into this beast. Let's go into GA. So congrats. If you guys listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm not planning on taking any more partials on GA. I'm currently sitting at a 1 to 79 and a 1 to 114 when we took this high. So I've taken partials twice. All right. I took partials when we exited and broke structure outside of this schematic. Right. So when we did this right here, that was my first partial right here. I took first partials here. My second one is when we created a new leg, right? Came into the extreme and boom, we made a new high, right? A new leg, higher time frame leg. So I took partials. My second partials was right up here, and that is it. I am not going to take any more partials until we get up to 1.85, right? That's where I'm going with this. All right. Now hold on, let me clean this up for a second. All right. So now what I am waiting for on GA is one of two things. I've got an alert set up here. All right. To confirm the higher time frame reaccumulation. If we do get that reaccumulation, then I'll be looking for something down in like this area here for a buy. If not, if this high stays intact, okay, well, then I'm going to be looking. We've already come into this reaccumulation here, right? We've respected this low. So if we come back down, I'm not going to be looking for anything in here, right? I'm going to be looking simply for two points of interest. Well, three technically, but I'll be looking for this here because this is the slingshot that broke this schematic high. Okay. So I will need an accumulation just like we got in here. And then the other area I'm going to be looking and waiting for is down in this area right here. Okay. I'll be waiting in here for another schematic. All right. Those are the only two areas I'm going to be waiting on. Okay. And then of course, if we get down into the extreme, which is down here, that's another thing. But I'm pretty confident this was the test of our spring. All right. I'm pretty confident that this spring, this was the test of it. So I won't be sure until we obviously make a new high, but I'm prepared in case we need to come lower. I'm prepared for it. Okay. So yeah. That's how I'm taking this. We've recapped GA. This was from 2 weeks ago. I'm still holding. We are, I mean, if you look at the chart, I mean, we are just making really nice price action coming into the extremes. Okay. So I've got my two alerts set, one at this high to confirm the reaccumulation. If that happens, if we make this high, then I'm going to be looking in here, right? Or, say we do that, this becomes my slingshot. This becomes where my extreme of the leg of the lower time frame leg is. So these would be the 2 points that I'm going to be looking at. If we don't take this high and we trade lower, this is my first area right here. Okay. And just go to the lower time frame. You'll see a really nice schematic in there. All right. You'll see, where do I have it marked off? Yeah, right here. You'll see this really nice type 1 schematic. Okay. So that's going to be where I'm going to be looking. Okay. And then we'll go from there. So that's GA. It's something 1 to 114. Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, I mean I've had a lot of 1 to 100s this year already. So, how much percentage do you take off the TPs? It all depends. So like I don't mind telling you, like, so pro trend, like GA, pro trend, my first take partials is 10% volume. My second is 25% of the remaining volume. I always have 3 TPs, right? I always have 3 TPs. My third TP, I'm going to take 25% of that remaining volume. All right. So the remaining 50% volume that I have left over, or 40%, I guess, right? The 40% remaining is now what I'm going to take and use as a hedging tool. So what I mean is, like, just say hypothetically, we're taking this all the way up to the weekly candle where I'm going to wait for a distribution. Say it takes a month. If I get into that distribution, right, and I'm protected, I get into the test, I go to break even here, I close out of all of the buys that I had remaining. All right. That way I'm protected. So if this does turn into a reaccumulation, the stop loss hit means nothing to me because I'm still holding buys from down there. And then if it's counter trend, I do 25 across the board. So 25, 25, 25, leave the remaining 25 to work a hedge in on the buy. All right. So that's how I do it. All right. Yeah. What's up, David, bro? How you doing, man? All right. So that's GA. All right. That's what I'm looking at for GA. All right. We're moving really nicely. I am expecting a retracement. I want a retracement because I want to get into some more positions on it. Okay. But like I said, so far we have respected this reaccumulation that occurred here. We've respected this low right here. All right. So we just gotta move and see what happens. Yeah. Exit strategy is extremely important, right? Always and this is something that you've got to be able to really work on. I'll tell you right now, I probably took 3 months working on a demo account to really finalize how I wanted to work my exit strategy. So you're absolutely right. It is extremely important. And I'll tell you right now, there's a couple of things before I ever get into a trade. I know a couple of things, right? I first know what my risk is. What is my risk? Okay. On a trade. So I know exactly dollar amount, what I'm risking and where my stop loss is. Then I also need to know where my first area that I'm going to go to break even is. I need to know that before I even get into the trade, right? That way I could set an alert. So I need to know where my break even is. I also need to know where my take profits are, right? I need to know where my reasonable take profits are, because if it's not a minimum of a 1 to 10, I don't even look at it. All right. If I'm not going to get a minimum of a 1 to 10, I'm not even going to give it the time of day. Okay. And then the last thing I need to know is I need to know what my exit strategy is, right? I need to know where I potentially can work a hedge in, right? At what point I'm going to close the entire trade out. I also need to know at what point, if I'm not liking what I'm seeing, I just need to pull the plug, find another trade to get into, So I have all of this is written out. So there's no guessing, there's no emotion involved, right? I have all of this. So when I'm formulating my trading plan, my plan of attack for the upcoming trade, this is all stuff that I know before I ever put the limit order in on my MT5. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Is your TP1? No, no, no. TP1 so TP1 is always going to be the breakout of, if I'm in a schematic, right? So like EJ, right? EJ for me, my first take profit, right? My first take profit was here. All right. Because we're pro trend. I only took 10%. So off of this schematic here, my first take profit was this high, because what do? We just made a new high. All right. And then when I got into this trade here, where did I take my my take profit? When we made this high right here. Okay. That's ultimately, it was actually 129 whole number is where I took it. So that's my first take profit. My second take profit is always going to be the order flow or structure break. So in this case here on EJ, right? If we go up to let's just go to the 1 hour, it'd be easier to see it. Okay. So on EJ, my second take profit is going to be right up here, because this is what's maintaining bearish structure right now in the lower time frame. Okay. So once we get up here, that's where I'm taking my next take profits. My third is going to be always the new leg high, right? Always the new leg high. That's my third right here. And then I'm going to leave the fourth. I'm not going to have a written out fourth take profit. It's just going to be until it goes to the heart's to the heart's desire. Because sometimes these things will go. I mean, look. There's some trades like AJ. I can't even tell you where's AJ. AJ off that 4 hour. You don't even want to know how damn high this thing went. From here you go. AJ from what, last month, from this 50% of that 4 hour that we were looking at right here. This thing, and I ended up closing out only because I needed the margin, right? But this thing ended up going for, geez, man, 610 pips, off of a 4 hour candle with the 10 pip stop, you're at a 1 to 60, So yeah. All right. Let's see. What about your break even? Break even I always go to break even on the break of structure. So if I'm on a 1 minute schematic and we break the 1 minute high, break even. If I'm on a 15-minute schematic and we break the 15-minute high, 1 minute, go to break even. All right. The minute order flow changes, I go to reduce risk. So if I'll just draw it out for you here. So, okay. Schematic, right? 1, 2, 3 drives are spring. This was the break of structure. Price comes down, mitigates. This is the test, right? This is my entry. When we get up here, break even, right? Break even, I go. And then if price doesn't do that, right? Let's just say, right? Get in here off the test and we do this, right? We do that. My risk, instead of my stop loss being here, my stop loss is now the bottom of the wick of the entry, right? So if my entry, say, was here, and this is the low of the wick, that's where my stop loss has moved to a reduced risk, because order flow has gone bullish. There's no reason for price to come. Price isn't going to come down like this and then go higher, right? I don't want to see that. So I'll reduce the risk. I'm not going to take a full break even just because price can potentially come into the candle that my entry's in. Yeah, there you go, Sango, bro. Yeah, Sango could tell you, man. We don't, if it's not a 1 to 10, we're not even wasting our time. All right. Yeah. So, let's see. Moving breaking is based on the time frame you entered. Yeah. It's off the time frame. Yeah. So, Mike, who was my mentor? I've had two really good mentors. I definitely get, I'm not going to say, yeah, Zach was one of them. So, let's see. I laughed at that one. That was funny. The Gold Cup, man. Jeez. All right. Cool. All right. Let's so that's GA, right? And then let's get into GU, right? Because GU is another one that's pretty nice. All right, higher time frame, right? Higher time frame. I know my charts are kind of getting a little, yeah, they're getting crazy a little bit here. I gotta clean up some stuff, but we have GU. This is what's maintaining bullish structure, right? This is what's maintaining bullish structure. All right. This is the low that created this high up here. All right. I am currently in a sell off of just walking it down. I want to get into this area right here. Okay. I'll kind of recap the sell that I'm in. The area that I was looking at, right? Let's go to the 1 hour. So the area that I was looking at for the sell was we have, again, bro, Sango called this one. Sango called this off the 42 minute, 80% of the 42 minute was right here. But we had this low and price broke the low. Well, what caused that break? My slingshot candle right here, right? So slingshot candle is where I was looking. Price comes into the slingshot candle. And when it comes into the slingshot candle, right, we get, what was it, like the 2 minute, I think. Yeah, it was the 2 minute. So inside of that, we get a schematic, right? We get a really nice schematic in here. It was really more evident on the 32nd, right here. All right. You can see the schematic here on the 32nd. All right. Really nice, defined trading range. We pop up for the up thrust. And then what I need after the up thrust, I really need a major sign of weakness. So what I personally waited for was this break right here. And where's my, oh, here it is right here. This is what I waited for. All right. I waited for, because price made this high and then made this high. This was on the, remember, 1 minute. This was the 1 minute break of structure that I required. So I didn't just want I didn't want this because this is nothing, right? This is just the PSY. I wanted this break. So when we got that break, this was the slingshot that created that break. And this was up in the extreme area. Because my entry that I was looking at, which was 80% of the 4 minute, the 1 minute open, and the 32nd, and this was the 2 minute candle right here, because they were within 5 pips of each other, I decided to just split my entry. So what I did was I had 50% of this 2 minute candle sitting right here as an entry. And then I had a second position right up here with the stop loss just above it. Okay. So instead of doing this with the stop loss up here, I split it and I just did 1/8% on both positions. This one gets popped. And as soon as we break here, break even, it went. All right. So this is I took partials where, well, you could see where I went to go take partials. I took partials right here at 137,600. So I closed out 25% volume on that. Yeah, hold on. And it's currently sitting at well, it got up to, what did it get up to? It got up to a 1 to 35. So it was at a 1 to 35. All right. And now, obviously, what I'm waiting for is, I'm really waiting for us to invalidate this, right? If we can break this low, and what I'm talking about is something maybe like, because you could see, what have we done? We've already walked it down. So I'm not looking for a sell up here right now. what I want to see is I want to see this low get taken. Then I'll be looking up here at the 80% of the 17-minute, which is also the 50% of the 1 minute. All right. That's what I'll be looking at. Okay. So right now there's nothing for me to do until we break below this low. And in that case, what it will have is we'll have this low to here to like that to my entry to down. Okay. That's how I'm going to play it. Do you get in on every Wyckoff schematic you see, even if the schematic is counter trend? No, I don't. I only get in on the ones in my point of interest. So, and I will counter trend it, but only on a hedge. So only on a hedge. But yeah, so I'm looking at the 17-minute. That's where I'm looking. So right there, this 17-minute candle is where I'm looking. All right. So the 80% lines up with the 1 minute. That's what I like. All right. So that's GU. And then higher time frame on GU, of course, I'm waiting down here, right? Where I'm waiting about 150 to 200 pips to get into a buy. And this is where I'm going to be waiting for it. Okay. And the extreme that I'm looking at that I'm potentially going to put a limit order on is 50% of the 15-minute, which is also, and here we'll go into it. But let's go right down here. Let's go to the 15-minute. All right. And, oh, wow, this thing has been set for a long time. So I've had this limit order here since February, beginning of February. So I actually got to make sure it's not invalidated. But okay, so 50% of this 15-minute candle is right here. And then if I go to the 8-minute, you'll see it's the same candle. If I go to the 7-minute, it's the same candle. If I go to the 6-minute, it's the same candle. If I go to the 5-minute, it's the same candle. And if I go to the 4-minute, it's the same candle. So for me, X marks the spot. It's a 7-pip stop. That's where I'm going. And lower time frame, right? If we go lower time frame, 3 minutes, the same candle. You could see that it'll be the imbalance fill on the 2-minute candle. And then same thing. Oh, I can't go to the 1 anymore. All right. Well, it was a 1-minute imbalance as well. All right. So X marks the spot, man. That's where I'll be at. You were in that trade? Yeah. Cool, man. Awesome. Everyone and their moms caught this and my limit or off the 1 minute was left. Yeah. Listen, don't feel bad. I have an entire photo album on my computer of missed trades. I take screenshots of them and it's like, yeah, I can't even tell you how many missed trades I get. So yeah, it happens, man. It happens. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that is my goal to take GU. All right. Order flow is definitely bearish coming in, which I'm great with. But pay attention to how we're doing it, right? We are just simply walking nicely down, right? Just simply walking down. That's what I want. I want this complex pullback. Right. That's what I want to see. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see emotional trading. I don't want to see price just falling out of the sky. All right. So I'm looking good with GU. Like I said, I'm going to be waiting for two things. I'm going to be waiting for the break of the low to take the sell, or I'm going to be waiting for price action to tell me to start looking for buys. But I want it to come a little lower for the long-term buys. All right. Good, man. Awesome. Good job. Let's see. Live is free, bro. Yeah. Can I check out NAS? Yeah, man. I will. When I get to it, I go in order. If you got a NAS chart, drop it, man. We'll take a look at it. Let's see. All right. Sounds good. What's my call schedule? I do one with my buddy Sam on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern. For an hour, and then this Tuesday night one that's supposed to be an hour, but always goes like 3 or 4. So Tuesday night at 7. Those are my two calls that I do, out on in the group. So if you guys are new to the stream and you guys want to join the public Discord, just jump on my YouTube channel and just go to links. You'll see the Discord thing there. You can just join I don't even know where we're at. I think we're like at 1,500. So how did I get to know Sam? Through Bounce Back when he was an IM. I think he might still be an IM. I don't know. But we that's how I met him, just in the Bounce Back Discord. So GA higher time frame. Let's see what you got. What you got. GA higher time frame. Is this current price action right here? Yeah. This is the reaccumulation. Yeah. It's a reaccumulation. So yeah. The key is that I need this high to get taken, right? I need that high. And so right now that's what I'm looking at. So yeah. When you said higher time frame accumulation, I thought you meant like higher time frame accumulation, like this gorgeous daily accumulation right here, right? Like that. That's what I thought you meant right there. That higher time frame accumulation. So, but yeah, and then we also got this one right in here, right? We got the one off the 1 hour, 4 hour. So yeah, tons of accumulation, right? So when you're starting to see tons of accumulation, you may just want to start looking for some buys. So get yourself in a really good buy, position yourself, and you're good to go. So, how did I learn so much from IML? I'll be honest. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. Zach McDonald was probably the most influential person to get me started down this road. Just tuning into him, and then I did a lot of stuff on my own. Me and my trading partner would spend hours on Zoom calls figuring this stuff out. So I'd like to say that I've got a good handle on it. And the only thing I can tell you is the more time you spend understanding, the market. So before you can be a good trader, and I tell this to everybody, before you can be a good trader, you need to be a good market analyst. If you're not a good market analyst, then you're just guessing on what you're doing. You got to be able to understand what the market's doing before you could start putting emotion into it. Because realistically, even though I try to say I don't put emotion in my trading, anytime I risk more than 50 cents on a trade, I'm putting emotion in it, whether I want to or not. Okay. So cool. Let's see. Is your membership? How can one get so good on Wyckoff? Listen, you got to start the holy grail of Wyckoff is the the Wyckoff methodology book by Ruben Villamosa. So just type in Ruben Villamosa, Wyckoff methodologies in depth. That should be the first starting point. And then I've got a couple videos that you could probably catch on my YouTube channel that kind of break it into it. All right. You should get your trading partner on one of these Zoom calls. Yeah. He's been on. Yeah. I'll be honest, like he doesn't have the patience to be on for 3 hours, but yeah, Victor's jumped on quite a few times. I'll tell you right now. Yeah. So, let's see. Yours is easier than ICT. Okay, cool. I've never watched any of the ICT stuff. So, the book, Wyckoff methodologies, print it out. And if you go onto our Discord channel, we have it in PDF. Make sure, print it out, highlight it, put it, I put mine when I first started, I put mine in a 3-inch binder and I started putting notes in it. Okay. So, I think you're the only one who has patience. Yeah, probably, man. Probably. Yep. Your GU cells were based on previous redistro. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. This redistro right here. So it's the slingshot. Most of your slingshots, right? Most of the slingshots are going to be reaccumulations or redistros. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I would say like 90% of the time, they're going to be reaccumulations and redistros. So by definition, because they are areas where supply or demand got involved, they're going to be very influential. Okay. Ruben's last name again, it's Villahermosa. So if you just type in Ruben Villahermosa, there you go. That's it, right? Just type it in. It'll take you right to the Wyckoff methodology in depth. He's also got Wyckoff 2.0, which is another phenomenal book. If you guys were in the public Discord too, Sam set up, which was awesome. He came on and we did a Zoom with him. So he came on and kind of shared some of his, I think it was like 17 years of knowledge of Wyckoff. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. ICT is jargon. Listen, I got my jargon. I got my slingshot. Yeah. CAD-J. Yeah, yeah. We'll get into CAD-J, Henry, man. Yeah, yeah. Can we get access to the recording? Yeah, yeah. It's on. Man, where's the recording? Is it on Sam's Twitch? Here, hold on. Let me find Sam's Twitch account. Give me a second here. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I've got it right here. Wait, let's see. Boom, look at that with Room and Villamosa. Here it is right here. Okay, so this is it.
Okay.
Bam.
¿Me puedes decirlo otra vez?
There we go. Here we go. I'll throw it in the chat right now. This is Sam's Twitch account where he posts some of his stuff. So, oh, there you go, bro. You got it. Awesome. There you go. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Let's see. In which of the YouTube videos do you break down and introduce your strategy? Man, I'll be honest, I have no idea. I really don't I'm not very organized when it comes to my videos. Like I kind of just do videos and I throw it on there. So I'll tell you this, if you go type in like Wyckoff introduction video in my YouTube channel, it's I'm just going to warn you, it's a couple hours long. I was only intending to do like a 1 hour video, but it turned into I think like 3.5. A bunch of people have said that was a really good introduction to Wyckoff, so I would jump into that. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's move on. Otherwise, my wife's gonna kill me. All right. Let's go to CAD-J. CAD-J is something I got a pending order on. All right. So what I am personally looking for on CAD-J is from a 4-hour perspective, right? And I hope this doesn't get up there right now because I really didn't want. Yeah, we'll see. All right, hold on. Let me delete these because I don't need these up here. Okay. So we tapped into the 3-day open right here. Okay. We tapped into this 3-day open, and I'm curious, did we tap into, where's the weekly? No. Okay. 3-day open. So we did tap into the 3-day open, and inside of that 3-day open, we did have a distribution. Okay. We did have a type 1 distribution that was set here. From there, what I was specifically looking at was, this is our slingshot, right? This is our slingshot that not only created the break of structure, but created the major sign of weakness, right? So now what I'm looking at is I'm seeing if I can work a potential entry off of distribution in here. So let's get down to the lower time frame. And I think it was like the 1 minute. Yeah, it was the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, we got a type 2, right? We got a type 2. And what I was specifically looking at was, okay, do we have the signs of strength or signs of weakness? And we do, right? Price did push away from it really nicely. This is the LPSY that came off of the up thrust. I'm specifically looking at the 2-minute candle, right? You can see this 2-minute candle right here. I'm looking at the 2-minute candle. I like 50% of it simply because if 50% of the 1 minute gets filled, I'm going to get filled on that 2-minute candle. But also on the 30-second time frame, it's the 80% of it. I'm sorry, the 50% is the open of the 30-second candle. All right. So I've got a limit order that I'm going to put in before I go to bed if we don't get up there right now off of that 50% of the 2-minute candle. All right. But we have a clean distro. It's in a point of interest that I like. I would have liked let me just see where price is done because I haven't looked at this since this afternoon. So did this break the high? Okay. So because this broke that high. All right. Now this isn't any major structure whatsoever, right? All this is just like the order flow. So for me, we've broken the order flow. And like when I prioritize this trade, it's not going to be on one of the high ends of my priorities, just because of higher time frame. We're massively bullish. All the time frames were massively bullish. This is really just a counter trend move. So it's going to the bottom of my priority list. So it all kind of depends on what I'm going to do tonight with my pending orders and how I'm going to manage them. But I am looking for a sell from this area here. Okay. And then of course where I'm going to be targeting, because off of the distribution, right? Let's just jump up to the 1 hour. Because of off the distribution, all right. And this is why I'm massively bullish on this, is because this is what's maintaining bullishness. And we really haven't broken that. Okay. All we really have broken is the smaller time frame leg. All right. So I was expecting a pullback into this. We didn't get it. What we did get was we got into the slingshot. So my first area, if I do get into this trade, my first area to get into is going to be number 1 right here to take partials here. Number 2 right here. And then I want to get down into this area here to then work a buy off of this accumulation that occurred. All right. If that makes sense. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I think Albert wants to work Deutsche Bank. Will you even make a video covering the market structure? Maybe we'll see. I'll be honest, like making the videos, I really, yeah. People think I have a lot of time on my hands. I really don't. Between my girls and trading and all the other junk I've got going on, man, it's tough, but I'll try. I will try. All right, let's see what you got on this. Hold on. Okay, is that my YouTube? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a viral YouTuber. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, 87.58. 87. Will I look for distro? No. I won't. One, because I don't plan on being up for it. And 2, we've got a valid distro in there, so I'm okay with it. But just keep in mind this, right? This is why it's not on my high priority, because have we violated any order flow here, right? And the answer is really no, right? Because higher time frame, right? In that intraday, this is the leg that's maintaining structure. So until right now, if we kind of do something like this, then I would definitely be putting that at my high priority. Okay. But because we are still bullish on the intraday, bullish on the higher time frame, the only structure that we've broken is lower time frame. And because we're so massively bullish on this thing, it's not something that is up on my high priority list. Okay. But it is still something that I'd be watching. If you're going to be up for London, because that's probably when this thing's going to pop. If you're going to be up for London, I would definitely just watch price action. And if it gives you like a 1 minute, 30-second, 2-minute distro, definitely take it. If not, for me, the expectation is we're coming up here. Right. That's where I'm looking. And I'm specifically looking, what candle was this? Hold on. Was it the 4 hour? No, hold on. 3 hour. 2 hour. I had it labeled. Maybe the 6 hour. No, 6 hour. Yeah. So I'm looking, if this area here doesn't play out, I'm going to be looking at this 6 hour. And of course, if we violate this high, right, then this distro goes to crap. So yeah. CAJ, like I said, CAJ is one of those that it's not high on my priority list. I'm almost confident I'm not going to be setting a limit on it unless I see some real reason to. Okay, but order flow is bullish right now, so I would just keep that in the back of your head. Let's see. Yeah, bro, the damn pig. Is that no? There is no extreme, right? We don't have an extreme because we didn't break structure, right? Like this is what's maintaining structure right now. So yeah, this is it an extreme on the lower time frame because we broke this? Yes. Is it an extreme that I put a limit order on? No, absolutely not. No, because we're not pro trend, we're counter trend. This is a counter trend move. So for me, there's no limit there. Yeah. Awesome. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'll say, especially like if you're looking to start some prop firms like FTMO and stuff, I would definitely, just before you do the challenges and stuff, make sure you've got this down. Make sure you understand your confirmations. Make sure you have everything. Okay. Um, we come over. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be a reaccumulation as well. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just when in doubt, zoom out, right? When in doubt, zoom out. I mean, look at this price action. Does any here? Oh, let's go to the daily. Does anything about this say? I mean, I would say that we're coming into here, right? Does anything about this say sell? Nothing. Nothing about this says sell. And I kick myself because I was in all kinds of buys down here, and I closed out in this weekly. But you live and learn. Even I too, take a lot of time to journal and find the faults that I've made. So just keep that in mind. This is super counter trend. All right. Yeah, you won't know until the high gets broken, right? For me, two things I need for a reaccumulation. Jump. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Thank you, bro. Jump across the creek and a break of structure. There is a distro in there on CAJ at the last up candle. Yeah, in here. Yep. Oh, no, up here. Up here. Yeah. Right in here. Actually, I think I got it in there. Hold on. I wonder if I deleted it. Did I delete it? I think I did. Yeah. Yep. Your distro's right in here. There's your type 2 right in here. So it's actually a little, let me see if I get it, if I had it on the 32nd. I didn't have it on the 32nd, but I just highlighted the candle I'm going to play off on the 32nd. So if we came back in there, that's the candle I'd be playing off on the 32nd. So, but we're a ways from that. So, and I want to say I had like I don't remember what I had. I'd have to look at my journal. I took some screenshots already of it, but I had something up there. So, on the daily, you got something on the daily. Oh, you talk about it here. Yeah. No, this is a supply point. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All right, cool. So that's CAJ. Let's go over to this sucker though. This is the one that is on my high priority list. So when I talk about a clean distribution or a clean schematic and you want to be able to print it out and put it up and display it on your refrigerator, this is the one I'm talking about. All right. This is the one I'm talking about. So we clearly have our 3 drives. We get that final FU candle that sweeps everything, validates it as a UTAD, right? And then what do we do? Because this is our high, we break this low right here, we get a valid break of structure inside of our schematic. So at this point, it was valid to take a trade if you're going to trade it off the daily up here. Price ends up doing what? Price ends up coming to mitigate out of here. From there, what do? We make a new low, right? We make a new low. So what I am looking at now is in this daily candle, 50% lies here, 80% lies here. It's just a matter of finding what we can play off as price gets in there. Inside of that, right, we had what? We had a type, ultimately we had a type 1, right? We had a type 1 that was here. Within the UT and the UTAD of the type 1, we have another type 1 schematic. All right. So price does what? Price exits the trading range with a major sign of weakness. And then we get price coming up and mitigating into the open of this 15-minute candle. I had a limit order off the 50%, really didn't give me the entry. So it happens. But right now, how I'm looking at it is we have this low. This is the candle that created that low. So this is my slingshot. This is the high that is maintaining that structure point. Okay. So from there, what I want to see is I want to see price give me a distribution near this 50%. 50% of the daily candle is the 15-minute open. So that's why for me, it's pretty important, but I still want to see it's a slingshot requires a schematic on my point. So I need to see a schematic in there. Either there, or I want to see if we get up into this 80, anywhere in here, anywhere in this green box, we see a schematic, I'm taking it. Okay. That's how I'm going to play Chef JPY. And then my targets, right? My targets for Chef JPY are, I'm going to be taking it down into this area right here. All right. This is the low. This is the low that maintains structure right now. And you can see we've got this really nice trend line that potentially retail is going to come for. All right. They're going to try and probably buy off of it. So that's why I'm looking at it. All right. We've got this move here. I like the distribution. We're in a key area. We've taken out these equal highs up here. So I like it. I like Chef JPY. Yeah, I'll look at UCAD. Yeah, it's next on there. What's FU mean? Yeah. I'll tell you what FU means, right? So did you ever get into a trade off of support, right? Got into a sell, got into a sell, got into a sell, and then the market FUs your order and then drops. Yeah, that's what that is. All right. Yeah, it is. Chef JP, I'll tell you right now, Chef JPY, I like Chef JPY. It's always given me huge R2Rs. My best trade I've ever taken, I think, was like last November or December, which was a 1 to 287. So and I've had multiple 1 to 100s on it. So I like Chef JPY. When it gives a schematic, it really sticks in. So so a POI are just general. Yeah, it's a point of interest. Yeah, point of interest. Yeah. Yep. Would you wait for a schematic even on the, yeah, on the 1 minute? I would. Well, hold on. I would. Yeah, I would. On that 1 minute, I would. Okay. And the reason I'm going to wait for the schematic on that 1 minute is because because realistically, what is, from this point of view, right? We broke here. This was the structure break. We invalidated the accumulation. This 1 minute here is what? It's our slingshot of the higher time frame, right? So that's why. Is this limit order up here still valid? Yes, that is still valid. But off this 1 minute, no, there's no limit. I got to wait for a schematic. Okay. At 114,500, at 114,500 on CADJ. We're going back to CADJ. All right, hold on. I don't know yet. Takes 10 years to make take profit on Chef JPY. Listen, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long, you know. All right, have a good one, Patrick. Later, man. How do you know if you've caught the right one? Schematics happen back to back and within schematics. How do you know you've caught the right one? You got to make sure you're in the right phase. You got to make sure you're in the right phase. So like I don't start looking for an entry. Like this, I was looking for an entry in this schematic here because on the higher time frame, right? This schematic is what? This schematic is the test of the UTAD. Okay. So I wouldn't start looking for, like, I wouldn't take this distribution, right? Because what's this distribution? Nothing. I wouldn't take a distribution off the UT. Now, there was a distribution here that just missed my entry. You can see when it fell off, when it took off, it never came back. But there was a valid distribution in there. So a distribution off your UTAD on lower time frame would play out really nicely, you know. Looks like they're going up. But like that's, you just got to know where you are in the phase and in the cycle. I wonder if this is still in here. Hold on. Is it still in here? Was it lower time frame? Maybe I deleted the drawing. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a 1 minute. It was right in here. Here's your schematic on the 1 minute. This is what I tried catching right in here. Right in here. So but it just never came back. It fell off and just never came back. So that's Chef JPY. All right, let's here, we'll do it backwards today. Let's go into UJ. Let's see if it's the right one, you'll hit your TP. If not, it'll hit your stop loss. Yeah. Or you just hit a bunch of break evens and you just keep going. You know, you stay with it. I don't know how many times I've had to take 3-4 break evens in a row before it finally catch the right one. So, all right. So we're talking about, someone was asking about UJ, what it's doing currently. Yeah. This is a reaccumulation, but I have no desire whatsoever to get involved in UJ from here. So I need UJ to come down. I'm only going to be looking for buys on UJ unless we get a higher time frame distribution. Okay, but we confirmed the reaccumulation when we broke here. All right, so UJ's got a long way to come down, man. Long. I mean, geez, this thing has gone 200 pips in a week. Yeah. So we're a ways from UJ. I've got an alert sitting right here. Look for buys off the SC. This is the slingshot right here. So like 108,900 is where I'm waiting. So if price comes down there, great. I'm not going to be looking to sell unless we get into a clean distribution. I'm not selling a 1 minute distribution on UJ up here. Like I've got to see like a 1 hour or a 4 hour distribution. It looks like yeah, it looks like it's heading into here. So hold on, 3 day. Let me see. Yeah, like this 3 day candle, maybe even that weekly candle. What's the weekly candle look like? Oh wait, I put the 3 day. Hold on, go to UJ. There we go. Yeah, here's the, let's go to the weekly. Come on. There we go. Yeah. I need it. I need it if I'm gonna, come on, goodness. My one key isn't dragging. Yeah, nothing about this price action here. Nothing about that is saying enter a sell. Nothing about these candles, right? So I'm pretty convinced that this is going to take out all these highs, right? Yeah, I'm pretty convinced about that. So I'm not even worrying about it. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Let's see. All right, cool. We're all caught up, man. I like that. Yeah. I'll be honest, like UJ is a long way. UJ is actually going to get demoted in my secondary list because we're not showing any signs of coming back down. And I'm really not interested in trying to this thing. Yeah, I'm not interested in trying to take it from up here. This is just one giant reaccumulation. Just giant. So you had your attempted distribution. There's your creek. This is your break. This is your jump of the creek happens right here. This is your break of structure. That's your confirmation of the reaccumulation. So this is your slingshot area that caused the break. This is your extreme in here. So, I mean, realistically, if I had better targets, maybe I would be looking at a buy from these areas, but I would need a schematic. But those would be the 2 points. So it's a reaccumulation within a reaccumulation. Yeah. This is also a reaccumulation. Yep. Yeah. Yep. You got it, man. You got it. Yep. Yeah. I don't know if this was the distribution that you were talking about that you were looking at possibly selling from here. But yeah. No, it to me it made no sense to sell it from here yet. We didn't get any real signs of strength or signs of weakness on it. So all right. CAD point of interest is dusted. Yeah, did it? It just took it out. Yeah, I figured. I figured. Okay. Yeah. It was a shakeout. Was it? Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. Let's go to UCAD. Let's do UCAD here. I've noticed to look for shakeouts at structure highs and lows. Look for shakeouts at structure highs and lows. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's gotta tap into something, right? That's how I gotta look at it. It's gotta tap into something. So this original shakeout here was the mitigation that comes into this area right here. So this was a smaller time frame reaccumulation that this mitigates out of. All right. And then this is tapping into ultimately this is tapping into something that happens in here. Ideally, I'm pretty convinced that this can come lower to mitigate that. This is now your new leg, right? This is now your new leg. So this is just our slingshot area. So that's how I would look at it. But we're way too high. Like I don't want to buy. There's better setups for me on this. So yep, slingshots for me require a schematic. So yeah. Let's look for a 1 minute SC area for a 1 minute schematic. Doesn't look like doesn't make sense to look for a 1 minute. I don't have 1 minute SCs. That's why. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. For me, I'm not going to have a 1 minute SC. Yeah. It's either going to be, I'm either going to, at that point, I'm going to split my risk and I'll just take off of, the 2 points of interest. Yeah. That's how I'm going to play it. So, all right, let's go to UCAD. Someone asked about UCAD. Let's talk about UCAD. All right. So UCAD, I was potentially looking at distribution, right? So we have higher time frame. So higher time frame, we are in the slingshot area. All right. So what maintains structure? All right. Structure is being bearish structure, higher time frame, being maintained by this high right here. Okay. We made this low, makes this the high that's maintaining structure. Okay. And then this is ultimately a point of interest off of the schematic, the distribution that happened. This is the LPSY of that distribution. Okay. So this is that last point of supply that I'm looking at. Price. Good night. Let me delete this. I'm not looking for sells right now. Off that distribution, this is where I'm looking, right? So we did have a possible distribution during New York session today, right? Here's our trading range, right? In blue, we have buying climax to a secondary test to an up thrust. And then from the up thrust, we have another secondary test, but this is our high. This is our new high. This is the UTAD. So draw your TP, right? This is the low that I need to be broken. So I'm waiting on the higher time frame for us to break something like that and then come up and play to come lower. But I need that break. And let's just take a look what happened lower time frame. So I was looking at this distro lower time frame on this type 2, but I just wasn't, it kind of just fell apart. Like you could see this all looked pretty nice, and then we get this slop, right? This right here doesn't give me a lot of good feelings. So when I see stuff like this, I don't play around with it. Like I just leave it alone. I'm not looking to this shows me no interest, right? This shows me that they're just doing whatever the heck they want. Like there's no intent, there's no direction, there's no volume. So I really don't like that. So I'm just going to resort back to the higher time frame, and I'll just wait for the higher time frame confirmation of the distribution. All right. Later, man. Have a good one. Let's see. Is that a type 4 distro on UCAD? Where? On here? No, this isn't type 4. This is, for me, this is just a regular, actually it's a type 1 at this point. If we break here and get that sign of weakness, it's a type 1, right? That'll be a type 1 for me. I didn't look at DXY thoroughly, but I don't see what we can play off of on DXY. I don't correlate UCAD with DXY. Yeah. Yeah, let me look at it. Yeah, I don't correlate. So I'll tell you right now, a good to correlate UCAD. Let's see. I mean, you could label it like that. For me, this was when, so for me, what's my first change of character? And this is my first change of character right here. That's how I ultimately validated that. You know, I came over, and if we mark up, let's just do this. So if I mark up from this high to this right here, where is it? Schematic. Bam. All right. Nope, that was more than a 38 too. Hold on. Let's go. All right. So this comes to, oh, it comes to a 61.8. All right. So that comes to a 61.8. And then from this low to this high, this comes to past a 71, almost to a 78.6. So this retracement is bigger than our PSY. So for me, that's our first change of character. And then let's just see from this high to this high, what is it? This is, right, you labeled this, your, no, wait. Yeah, you labeled this your, let's see, this is, so it's equal. It's equal to the previous one. So for me, this is our first change of character. This exceeds the PSY. So yeah, and not only that, but for me, it defined our trading range. This defined our trading range coming into it. This is like, ask yourself, where do you see that change? Where do you see momentum start to shift? And this is where we start going sideways right here. So that's, I mean, and nothing, it's subjective. So, you know, you could be right. You know, don't, you know, like, don't change this just because mine is the different way. At the end, what, you know, you go off of your confirmations, right? Go off of what you need to see. So, you know, for me, I'm pretty happy with this being the UTAT, us breaking structure here, come back up and going lower, right? But I need that break of structure, so that's why that alert's there. Isn't type 4 a wedge? Yes, it's an ascending wedge. Yep. Can you look at EJ? EJ was the first one we did. Yeah, EJ was the first one we did. Been waiting a while for it. Yeah. No, I mean, it is. But listen, it's still, yeah. I've been waiting for a while to get into a sell on this again. So, you know, you just got to be patient with it, and just keep in mind this, right? Always pay attention to these times, right? So this thing has been in a distribution supposedly for a week. We've been in a possible distribution. So just be prepared that you were at least 2 days away from even getting confirmations. Okay. Yeah, we'll look at DXY. Hold on. Okay. How come you don't consider the higher area break a structure towards the middle of the range? The higher area. You talking about this right here? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Okay. So follow structure, right? So we have this high. We make this high, which makes this the low. Then we make this high, which makes this the low. This is not a new high. This is the high, which makes this the low. Does that make sense? Okay. Cool. Yep. Yeah. Just when in doubt, like, that's one thing I do sometimes, is I have to circle my highs and my lows so that I don't get confused, you know? Yeah. So cool. Use the line chart. Use the line chart. All right. I use the line chart. It helps. Yeah, but I don't care about the line chart on this one, right? Because on the line chart, this is telling me, right? This is telling me that this is the high, right? So it's telling me that that's the break of structure, but I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for that. Actually, I'm going to wait for right here. That's where I need a break. So yeah, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. For me, this is where these were orders. Orders were sitting right here. So yeah. Did we go over GJ? No, not yet. You're in UCAD cells? Yeah, no. I didn't get into it. There's nothing for me to get into yet on UCAD cells. This is how you were looking at it? Or let's see. Um, Yeah, but here's the only thing, right? So why was this your up thrust and not that? Just out of curiosity, right? Up thrust action. So now you don't need to call that your up thrust. You can call that your ST, and then you're okay. Um, yeah, but the up thrust needs to trade. Yeah. Just think the up thrust needs to trade above all secondary tests. Otherwise, you just call it another secondary test, right? Because that's essentially what a up thrust is. It's a secondary test in phase B, but it needs, in order for it to be a type 1, it needs to be an up thrust. Otherwise, you can just label it an ST and you can call it a 2 through type 7. All right. Um, but at the end, as long as your confirmations for entry are there, you're good. But yeah, for me, yeah, no, I'm not. That for me isn't the breakup structure. This is the breakup structure. Yeah, that's just because this isn't structure. This didn't trade above that for me. So yeah. But yeah, 1 minute distro. Yeah, I didn't see a 1 minute distro for me to get into. Um, let's see. Yeah, I didn't see a 1 minute distro for me to get into. Yeah. I would have needed this to break right here. That's what I would have, and this never, that's what I was waiting on today. I was waiting this morning for that to come down and it never did. So until that happened, I wasn't going to get into a trade. Yeah. I count bodies as structure. All right. Sounds good, bro. Yeah. Yeah. You can. I mean, absolutely do it. Um, if that's it, if the soccer ball crosses the line, it still counts as a goal. Yeah. Yeah. You got it, bro. You got it. You got it. So, okay. That's UCAD. I'm just waiting. We'll, you know, I am, I do wanna, and of course my targets, I'm just gonna make a new low with this thing. I'm expecting oil prices to skyrocket. So, oh, that's what I was talking about. So correlate, I really don't correlate DXY with this. I correlate CAD yen with it and I correlate oil, right? Oil goes up, CAD strengthens. So when oil goes up, UCAD goes down. All right. US oil goes up, UCAD goes down. So I'm expecting US oil, WTI and stuff to keep going up. I don't know where you guys live, but where I live in the United States, gas prices is over $3 a gallon. And 6 months ago, it was $2 a gallon. So I'm expecting the continuation of that, you know. Let's let's see. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, and yeah, O'Neill, man, it was a distribution. Just for me, it wasn't enough for me to risk money on it. So OPEC, yeah. Yeah. Yep. OPEC's doing some stuff on Thursday as well. So actually, is it Thursday or is it Wednesday? I know oil reserves comes out Wednesday, but I don't know if OPEC's doing anything special. Um, GU, we talked about GU with UC and oil correlation. Do we flip it? No, no. So I don't actually correlate it 100%. I just, if oil's going up, right? If oil's going up, it means that the Canadian dollar is strengthening. So yeah, CAD yen and UCAD are the ones that we correlate. So just flip one of them. If you're going to correlate, if you got UCAD on the screen, just invert UCAD and put CAD-J up there and you can correlate it, which there is some divergence, right? There is divergence. So like if we invert, hold on. If we invert it right now, and then we compare and throw, where's CAD yen? I know I did it earlier. Oh, you know what? I think I did. And then we do CAD yen. Right? Oh, you know what? Hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, so you guys can see the divergence, right? We're getting this and we're getting that on divergence. So there is definitely divergence between the two right now. Yeah. All right, let me delete this. Boom. Okay. All right, so that's UCAD. Is it going to take that high? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, it gets Chef JPY up there because I want to sell Chef JPY. Let's see. What you got, bro? What you got? What is this? US 100. But what's this? Show me what you got, bro. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Let's see. It's like 83% correlated. What's 83% correlated? How do you invert on TradingView? Just go to this little sundial thing right here. This little dial on the bottom right, and just go invert scale. UCAD and gold. I don't know about UCAD and gold. UJ and gold are correlated. Oh, oil, UCAD and oil. Yeah. But it's not enough for me to say, okay, look, we got divergence. I check oil. If oil's up, I know Canadian dollar is going to be strengthening. So, let's see. I use both. Correlated pairs would be comparative strength, and then RSI is relative strength. Let's see. Alt-I, yeah, there you go. Or for us Mac users that are on the right side, it's not Alt, but it's Option. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'll look at NU, man. Yeah. GJ on steroids, good. All right, is going up because yeah. Yen futures is dropping, right? It was in redistro, I saw it. So if we come over to, if you go to yen futures, yeah, look at that thing, bro. Look at that thing. So we had this massive, I was seeing this as accumulation, and we had this massive redistribution right here, massive redistribution. So yeah, this thing is going down. So this is why all the XXX JPY pairs have just been flying, and there's no, like, I was hoping that this was going to come up to at least get in here so that we can sell again, but it is what it is. Yeah. So, and then you can also use the Canadian futures, right? Canadian futures right here are pretty good to kind of get the strength on what the Canadian dollar is doing. But yeah, oil is where I like to get oil and CAD. All right. All right. Let's look at, hold on. What you got on, let's see. But you're currently on a buy to sell. Currently on a buy to sell on NASDAQ. Let's see. Yeah, I was in a buy to sell as well, but we haven't made, where is it at? 30 minute? Or I haven't touched this in a minute. So we haven't made a new high. So this is what's maintaining bearish structure right here, this high. This is our leg. We're just kind of sideways. So I haven't touched it. So I got out of the trade up around, here, like on Friday or something like that. So from down here, and I haven't touched it because we're just sideways. Like when I look at this chart, right now, I mean, sure, you can scalp it, but I can't tell you what the order flow is. I mean, I can tell you it's bearish order flow, right? So we've got our high, we've got our low, we've got our high, we've got our low. So it's bearish order flow, but it's just really sloppy bearish order flow. And yeah, it's garbage. Yeah, Yuri's right, man. Like I didn't even give it the time of day today. Like I just happened to see, like, we were only up, I think all day we've been up and down, up and down. Let's see, where'd you get in on the buy on it? Yeah, where'd you get in? I was trying to buy S&P this morning, and it hit me break even. Yeah, man, nothing about this is clean. This was the last attempt at a accumulation that I tried, and it just never came down to my entry and then took off. I guess I'll delete all that. Anything good? Let's see. Yeah. Show me where you got in at. I mean, the only thing I can think of, maybe you got in off of this accumulation, but man, this thing is sloppy. Um, but I don't even know where you got in, because it didn't come down to where I would have bought it from. I would have bought it in this candle here. Yeah, I would have bought it in this candle here. What is it, like the 6 minute? Let's see, 6 or 7 minute. Yeah, 6 minute. Yeah, it didn't even come to 50% of it. Oh, no, we got to get rid of this fib thing. There we go. Yeah, it didn't even come. What's a 7 minute look like? Yeah, that 7 looks cleaner. Yeah, this is where I would have taken it off, like maybe that 50%. Yeah. You suck at journaling? Yeah, bro, you gotta, journaling's the key, man. I'll tell you right now, journaling is the reason I got up to 6 figures. All right. Once I started really journaling, I started learning from my stuff, my mistakes, and learning on how I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for journaling, I would never have found the 50 and 80. Yeah, I don't know where you got in, but look at that. Wait for distro. Come on. Yeah, I don't know where you got in, but I would be really waiting to see what happens here. I mean, this is just ugly. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it does. It does. Listen, there's a reason I talk so highly about journaling. All right. All right. Yeah. I see nothing on NASDAQ. Like, we're just sideways on this. I can tell you that we are bearish, right? We're still bearish on this. This accumulation failed to break this high, right? It failed to break the high. So, and now we're just going sideways. So, yeah, nothing about that is making me want to get into a buy or a sell on it. U30, what was I looking at U30 on? I was looking, all right, so U30, if price, what was it? I showed you, I was on Zach's thing today. I was showing Zach. All right, so for me, I was looking at this 44-minute candle right here. 44-minute candle, 80% of the 44-minute candle. Right there, 80% of this 44-minute candle is 50% of the 25-minute candle, which is also the 10-minute open, which is also the 10-minute open, which is also the 6-minute open, which is also the 5-minute open, which is also the 4-minute open, which is also the 3-minute open. So I'm going to be waiting for U30 down there. Yeah. That's really all I got on U30. I'm waiting to confirm. So we do have a confirmed reaccumulation because we've taken this high, right? So we've taken that high right there. All right. So I know if some of you guys that don't count the wicks, but to me, that's we've taken that high. All right. So now I'm just going to be waiting for us to pull back into this area right here. Like, this is where I want us to pull back into. So yeah. I was looking this morning. I was looking in here for an accumulation. But this is going to be it's not worth it for me to get into it because I need a minimum of a 1 to 10. So let's just say I get in with a flipping crazy entry. 50, we'll call it a 30-point stop loss, right, on U30. Even to the high is only a 1 to 10, right? That's my minimum to get into this trade, is a 1 to 10. Because we're at all-time highs, I have no idea where I'm taking it. So instead, I would just rather wait for us to get down in here. And my stop loss would be, actually, I think my stop loss was like 40 points. And then I would take it up to the high. So that's a 1 to 27. So that's more like it. So for me, I'm just going to wait till we get down here. Your upline doesn't know what a journal is, bro. Come on. That's got to be horrible, bro. Messing around for NFP. Yeah. You'll be making a video on journal. Yes. Yeah. I do. I will. Do I trade crypto? I do. Honestly, I haven't traded crypto in a minute. just because BTC's just been at all-time highs. And I'm a little bitter with BTC right now because my last buy limit on BTC didn't get activated by my broker. So yeah. Yeah, I haven't started it. No. Yeah, no. Listen, just so you guys know, I'm in prime like volleyball mode. I got two teenage daughters who are club volleyball players, and if you know, those are the guys that are in my like mentorship group. They know that I am doing like Zoom calls from like airports and cars and hotels and a middle of a convention center full of volleyball. Because yeah, that is literally my life these days. Every weekend we're traveling to to another city for tournaments. So I will get to it. I will get to it. um, let's see. Once I journal, do you go back to compare previous schematics of pairs in your POI? Yes. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And I'll tell you right now, another cool thing about journaling is, let's just say, and it's happened before, especially on extremes. Let's just say that, we'll talk about, we'll talk about GU, right? We'll talk about GU. So on GU, let's just say that in the higher time frame point of interest, right? We can clearly see that there was a schematic here, right? But let's say that this took longer than, and we can see that we can't go down to the 1 minute. Well, if there was a schematic in there and I was able to journal it because either I caught it or I saw it back then, I can go back into my journal and pull up the screenshots of that, and I can find the candle to really get me a tighter entry. So, and I've done that before where I've had previous screenshots, that have taken a while for price to come back into the extreme. That's why I don't throw away my screenshots. Like even the ones that are kind of useless, I still throw in my folder. So, NU, yeah, I'll get to NU, bro. I'll get to NU. It was KOT Forex, bro. KOT Forex is what I used for Bitcoin. I don't teach my daughters; they have no interest, but I teach my son. Yeah. My son's 8. So, do I even sleep? Yeah, bro. Tell me about it. So, all right, hold on. So Ruben wants NU. Let's get NU. Let's get to NU. So NU. All right. Well, tell me what you got on NU, bro. Tell me what you got on NU, because for me, NU is a ways from an entry for me. Is he taking in students? My son? No, my son's 8 years old. Yeah. What? Who wanted NU? Ruben, right? You wanted NU, right? Where's the let's see what you got, bro. You are yeah, but no. Why are we no, but why are we buying this, bro? Let's see. Hold on. On a reaccumulation. Yeah, but what structure have we broken? Right? Like the first question is this, right? What did this reaccumulation, what did they accumulate off of? What's over here? So that's the first question. What did they accumulate off of? For me, it's nothing. We've broken structure, right? So I'm already negative on that. Then let's see. Did we break a significant high? So where's the leg? Where's our leg? Geez, our leg is way the heck up here, man. Okay. All right. So I'll give you order flow for me looks bullish, right? Order flow looks bullish. Hold on. Let's see if we can clean this up. All right. So this was the schematic. We took this high here, reaccumulated here, and then made this high. So right now on the lower time frame, this is maintaining bullishness. Let's see. Bro, this price action though is horrible. You're on the 15. All right. 80% of the 20, 25, and 45 minute. This is the 15 you're talking about, right? Right here. It's 80% of the 45 too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is bullish order flow. I just what's AU look like here? Hold on. For tips, I'll be honest, I don't use FX Book. I just have a position size calculator embedded into my MT5. Like if you have, let me think about this, Ruben, hold on. If you, so you can look over this position size calculator. It's embedded into your MT4, MT5. You just install it. That's what I use. All right. So later, bro. Have a good one, Sango. I'll be honest, man. Like dude, I'll tell you right now, like I don't want to buy it. No. It's bullish order flow, but we're bearish. We're bearish on this. And what is dollar doing? Jeez, bro. What is this thing? What is this done? Let's see. What is this blue box? 3-day. Ah, ha, ha, ha. We're getting close to that. What happened to my alert? We are getting close to that. We're getting close to my 3-day. All right. Yeah, see, like the dollar, for me, the dollar hasn't broken any significant structure yet. We're just in a complex pullback. This is going to be the test for the dollar. This is what we need to break. If the dollar is going to go bullish, it needs to take that out. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Yeah, I mean, I want to sell it from up here. That's where I want to sell it from. Let's see. Yeah, it's headed for the 3-day, bro. Yep. Above NU on the 15-minute. Is it a reaccumulation? What? Where? Isn't that a reaccumulation? But the distro. Where? What price point? 69,800. You talking about this over here? Right here? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ruben's got it marked off right here. Yeah, he's got it marked off right here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you the only negative thing, and it's a huge negative thing, is we've broken higher time frame structure. So we're bearish. So this is going to be counter trend. And I would have liked to have seen some sort of cleaner schematic. Like this is just all in pieces, right? This is just, yeah, yeah. Like you've got the confluence, right? You've got a reason to do it. If it looks like it's already broken above it, so yeah, you know, I can tell you I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying NU because I can see this coming down. Like I could see the way that this is just disorganized for me isn't what I want to see. Um, and I definitely don't want to be in this. It looks like it. So this looks pretty clean, right? This area looks pretty clean, but everything before that is just garbage. Um, yeah, and the fact I'll tell you right now, the fact that this supposed spring, right? Because this is what this was. This supposed spring didn't have enough umph to get above into the top of the range, and then came back to mitigate in here. Kind of shows me how weak the buyers were during prime New York time. And it wasn't until 3 p.m. Eastern that this started going off. So what that tells me is this is when the algorithms kind of started taking over. Like the traders hit autopilot, went home for the day. And now we've got this going on. Um what is yeah, no. I mean, I was looking at potential AU buys. Here's a great example. So I was looking at this AU buy, but I needed this break. Actually, Ruben, I think you sent this to me too, right? The AU buy. But we needed the break. Yeah, we needed the break. And because we weren't, so because AU had a redistribution where AU or where NU ultimately had a reaccumulation, there's just major divergence on this. You know, there's major divergence. Yeah. And I was looking a little lower on AU. I wanted us to come down in here, right? I wanted us to come down in here. This at least is looking a little more organized. But I'm not a huge fan. Can you say the indicator that you use to position size calculator? Yeah, it is right here. It is, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can copy it onto my iPad. Hold on. So give me a sec. Copy. Hold on. Bam. There you go. Paste that sucker right there. There you go. That's the link. So good old iCloud. Um, yeah. Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Maybe I'll tell you what, maybe if I wake up during early London or something like that, I'll take a look at it. GN, I'll talk about GN. I am looking for buys, right? I was looking to possibly hedge a sell. We're in the middle of where I want to buy and sell from. So buying, we need to come down in here, right? We need to come down in here. I want to come down below 94.20 is where I want to buy from. I want to buy specifically in this area right here. And if we get a distribution up in this area here, right? If we get a distribution in here, specifically around this 3-minute candle, I'll take the sell down because we have invalidated this reaccumulation and we traded below it. We've invalidated buyers out of here. So where I would be looking for the distro is in this area specifically. This candle is where this is the FU candle. So this is what I want us to mitigate out of to go lower. All right. So that I've got an alert set up here. Look for distro around like 197, 600. All right. It can turn into redistro on the higher time frame on AU. Yep, on AU. And that's why I'm watching it. AU and NU I can see coming lower. So we've broken structure on both. So where's the link? It's up ahead. See where just look like 10 things up. It says earn 4x. Earn4x.com MetaTrader indicators. Did you miss GJ? No, it's next. It's next. Yeah, it's next. Okay. So GN, the first thing I'm looking at is potential sell from up here. All right. The buy is a couple hundred pips away. So Maybe next week we'll talk about it. The buy I want is down in here. Okay, that's where I want the buy. So on GJ, yeah, buddy. There we go. I thought I had a, where's my alert? I thought I had an alert. Oh, I deleted it. Yeah, yeah. So GJ, all right, bro. I'll see you later. Let's see what you got. What you got. You got it on the 1 hour. Yep. Yeah, yeah. We are still bullish. Yep. Yeah, this was a just silly accumulation that never gave anything. But yeah, we are. Yep. Yeah, yeah. We are possibly in a distribution. Yeah. We are possibly in a distribution, and this is how I'm seeing it, right? This is how I'm seeing it right now. So potentially like this. What am I on? There we go. So if we look at the higher time frame distro that happened, right? If we look at the higher time frame, we've invalidated a slingshot. So I want us to come up into the 2-day or the 2 hour. So what I'm going to be looking at is something like this. I want this to be the UT, trade down, create a UTAD into our 2 hour, right? UTAD, break structure, mitigate, go down. I will be looking for a distribution in this 2 hour. That I can tell you. All right. Absolutely. I'll be looking for a distribution in that 2 hour. All right. So we have, like I said, we're in previous supply, which is what I like. And hold on. I am just going to drag that there. Night, bud. Put that there. Put that there. Night, my love. Sweet dreams. Put that there. All right. And then right here, that's our AR. So that's how I'm seeing this thing right here. Okay. We have this distro right here. This distribution is in a valid area. But just keep in mind, this is what is maintaining higher time frame structure right here. Okay. That's what's maintaining higher time frame structure. All right. Let's see. MC is mitigation candle, right? Yeah, yeah. Yep. Extreme mitigation candle, but structure is overall bullish on higher time. Yep. It is. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So higher time frame, right? Like why would we be looking? Why are we looking for a potential distribution? Hold on. We're in the daily. I had it marked off. I don't know where it went. Yeah, yeah. Here. So we've traded into the LPSY of the we traded into the LPSY of this. Okay. So this is our prior distribution. That's where prices, you can see prices sitting right here. That's where price is at currently. So we're in supply. So that's ultimately why I'm looking at it here. All right. We are overall bullish. So I'm not looking to go crazy with this, but we are seeing clear distribution here, clear distribution in here. All right. So now it's just a matter of just waiting. So I am going to put my alert back in here for lower time frame distro. And then I'm going to put, for right now, I'm going to put this alert here for break of structure. All right. Not that it's going to validate anything. I just want to see if price trades back down into this. Okay. So GJ and GU correlate. Yes. Yeah. 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 Yep. Okay. All right, bro. Uh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, would the LPS entry off the bigger distro? So yeah, but there's no limit. Like, I don't want to. I don't. Wait, Mike. Would that? Yeah, yeah. You got it, bro. You got it. Yeah. Do I coach newbies? Man, no. Listen, I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't have time to really dive into um like the basic stuff, you know. So if you have an understanding of smart money, and like basic stuff, how to use trading view, how to take trades, stuff like that, then yeah, then I'm okay. But like you've got to have the basics, because otherwise we're just wasting time. Like I could spend hours teaching how to use trading view when that's stuff you can do on your own. So but GJ I like. So GJ, right? Let this trade to about 50% of the range. If we get a UTAD, right? I'd be looking lower time frame in here for a distribution. Catch that distribution to the break of structure, come back up to mitigation, set a second entry here, and then down we go. All right, down we go. And then, obviously where I would be targeting would be probably, obviously this new low right here, but I want to see if we're going to get anything in here for an accumulation. So this is where I'd be looking for a hedge buy to take this to make a new high, or let this come all the way down, right? That's how I'm going to play that. Okay. Yeah, just DM me privately, and we'll talk about it. All right. Um, cool. Let's see. All right, have a good one. Thank you. Thank you. GU and EU. So we talked about GU at the beginning. You could just especially if you're already on YouTube, just back it up. It was like the second one we covered. So EU is coming into the extreme, right? EU is coming into our extreme. So I'm looking at, right. So like if we look at what EU is doing, this is what's maintaining structure, right? This is what's maintaining structure on the higher time frame, like the daily stuff like that. Um, let's see. You can see, right? This was that reaccumulation. I don't know if you could see the reaccumulation really nicely here, but this is what's maintaining structure, okay, on this leg, right? This leg. So, and we did react freaking awesome off of this prior distribution, but you could see the three drives and nothing ever came back up to test it. So this is kind of one of the things I've learned in back testing is when they don't come back to mitigate out of the distro, it's meaning that they're going to just end up taking out the high. Not always, but it's a really good likelihood they're going to do that. So I'm actually looking at the 5 hour, right? The 5 hour is where I'm looking. We are right here in this candle. All right. I'm looking in this 5 hour right here is where I'm looking. And there's a lot of confluence in that 5 hour. I know Patrick was looking at it earlier. There's all kinds of imbalances in here. If I go, what is it like? Let me just go down 15-minute. All right, so let's go 12-minute. Let's go 10. All right, we'll just walk it down. 9-minute, 8-minute. Yeah, there you go. So 50% of the 8-minute. Then we go 50% of the 5-minute, right? 5-minute. Let me just back it up right here. All right, so we got our 4-minute candle. You see the imbalance on the 4-minute, and 3 minutes the lowest I can go. So I have my screenshots from the other one, but that's where I'm looking. All right, I'm looking in that area right there. So it's ultimately going to be a limit order that I'm going to set off the extreme. It is a, hold on, bear with me. I'll show you. So it is, yeah, it's not a tight entry, but it's off a 5-hour candle. So it is 11 pips is what I'm looking at on that. All right, 11 pips. And if I'm not mistaken, hold on, can I go lower? Let me see. What's that 5 minute look like? Yeah, I'll have to look. I'll have to look into my screenshots to see what happened in here, because I don't know if you guys can see the accumulation, but this was an accumulation, right? Like on the seconds time frame, maybe the 1 minute. This was an accumulation. That's your spring right here. This is your accumulation. 1, 2, 3, 4 drives. Um, but yeah, for me, I got to cover that bottom of the wick. All right. That's a signal for the house. You sending EU in Discord? Yeah, you know what? I'll throw it out there. Yeah, yeah. I'll look after I get off the call. I'll just look at my old screenshots just to see if I can crunch that stop loss anymore. But yeah, yeah, that's ultimately where I'm going to be putting it. Is off of that, and yeah, I'm gonna be putting it off of that. And then my targets, you know, like when you look at it, just follow what the structure's doing. You know, so like we're going to cover, and we're a ways from it. We're realistically we're like what 80 pips away from it. So yeah, yeah. But if you just want to mark up the, oh, I did the wrong side. Hold on. Yeah, if you want to mark up that 5 hour and then just have it ready. But yeah, I'll send this out. We got time on it, you know. So just remember, to the first point of order, you know, to like the first order flow break is going to be, you know, 350 pips. So I'll just keep that in mind. Alrighty. Uh, do we need a schematic there? So this is how I'm personally going to be doing it, right? I risk 1/4%. So I'm going to put 1/8% on this limit, because that way, if price gives me a schematic for me to get into, I can go ahead and put the risk on the schematic. And if the schematic fails, I'll still have the limit order that I can play off of. Okay. So that's how I'm personally going to be managing this. And then, you know, of course, going to be looking to hedge a position if we get up here, you know, and overall, if this is right, if this is the new leg, this is 700 pips, you know, 700 pips. So, and it took, just keep in mind, this took 64 days to get up here. Okay. So that's EU. Um, awesome. Have a good one, bro. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you, man. Have a good one. See you guys. See you guys. Sorry, it's running late. My bad. My wife's gonna kill me though. How did you figure that stop loss? I just missed it. So yeah, yeah, I went down to the 5 minute. So there is, if you could still get into the 5 minute in there, and you'll see it is right in there. So stop loss is right here, this low. And this is a accumulation like on the 30-second 1 minute time frame. So my stop loss was just below that. Okay. Uh, awesome, awesome, cool. All right. Moving on, Euro GBP. So Euro GBP has confirmed redistro, right? We have confirmed redistro. So I am personally waiting now for us to get back up here. All right. I'm waiting for us to trade up in here, and then I want to take another sell to get down. All right. Keep in mind where we are on the weekly, right? We're still in that distro on the weekly time frame. All right. We're still in the weekly. I still have targets. I still have my targets sitting down here, right? 8,300 is where I want to take this to. So I just need to pull back so that we can sell it down, right? Yeah, yeah. Awesome. My morning calls. Yeah, I don't do public morning calls. That's just for like people that are in my trading group. That's all. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, bro. I hold positions for 64 days. Yep. I've been holding gold for I have been holding gold. What is it? 75 days now? 75 days I've been holding gold. Hold on. I've been holding gold. Let me mark it out. Yeah, so we are gold. Look at this. Beautiful. I've been holding gold for 83 days and counting. 83 days and counting. And for for the people that know what I'm talking about, for 27,800 pips. Yeah, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah. So gold cup, bro. I love it. Is gold still bearish? Yeah, gold's bearish. Gold's bearish. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. And whoever listened, I don't remember who it was, but whoever that Tuesday night said, Mike, check gold, and gold was up here. And I had said, I'm putting a limit order off 50% of the 4-hour candle. Yeah. That's all she wrote, bro. That's all she wrote. So yeah, this was a massive move. And we are coming for these equal lows right here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's coming for that right there. So that's where I'm looking. Right. That's where I'm looking. How do you avoid the urge to close when you see it floating in MT4? So here's and this is I had a conversation with someone earlier about this, right? So when you first started trading, and I know everyone has done this because I've done this multiple times before I really started to get focused. Have you ever gotten into a trade and maybe didn't have a stop loss, or maybe had a stop loss, but the stop loss was like 100 pips, and you're sitting in a 100 pip drawdown, or you're sitting in 200 pip drawdown, and you keep saying to yourself, it's going to turn around, it's going to turn around, it's going to turn around, right? I'm sure everybody has done that. Okay. And you just keep holding it. You keep holding it and you keep holding it. Right. Most people hold it until their account goes to zero and blows up. All right. So if you can do that in drawdown, I guarantee you it's easier to do that when you're in blue. And when you're sitting, right, when you're sitting in 2,800 points of profit on gold, and you see and just really, I mean, not saying anything more than this. When you're seeing, let me go to this chart, right? Hold on. What was that? That was Rwanda. So let me go forex.com. So when you're seeing this, right? When you're seeing structure, right? True structure, not highs and lows, but true structure that has now made a new leg low, right? Why, like when price, I wanted price to break this low right here, right? So when we did that, why would I even attempt at closing this? If you catch the top, right? If you catch the top, why close it anywhere without going to a really higher time frame point of interest? And that's why understanding the points of interest are so important. All right. Where's gold going? Right. I mean, listen, I've been saying this damn thing for I feels like a year now that I've been saying that gold was first going to come into the weekly candle, right? Gold was coming into the weekly candle. All right. And what has gold done? Right. Gold has traded into the weekly candle. Does it look like gold is going to stop at this weekly candle? No. So if gold ain't stopping at this weekly candle, I can almost guarantee that we're coming here. Right. We're coming for 1550, maybe 1500. All right. So that's honestly how you can do it. I've held trades, for a month and a half pretty easily with significant. Now just take partials, obviously, take partials. That's the key. Pay yourself to see that profit, and even the small amount of partials that you leave as a runner. Like I'll tell you right now, I have a small runner on gold, right? A small runner. But even and I'll tell you this, even at a small like 0.1 lot, all right, on gold at 2,800 pips, all right, that's over $2,800 in profit off of a 0.1. So yeah. What's the stops the lot size I use on gold on that position there on my account was I think it was 5 standard lots is what I traded off of that on a 0.25%. So I think it was like something stupid, like 5.16 or something like that. So, and I've personally have half a lot still holding on it. So Yeah. 200 pip stop on gold. Geez. Yeah. 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 No. It was. So, and that's honestly, that's how you can get into these positions. All right. So EJ, let's go back to EJ real quick. So EJ, I am still waiting for another sell position, right? I'm pretty adamant that I'm gonna wait for it. This, brother, like this price action is garbage. Like nothing about this do I want to get into. I'm gonna be waiting up here, right? You could see this was, I don't know how many attempted accumulations they did in here, right? We caught a couple of them. Ultimately, this is our shakeout. I really don't care about the equal highs up here, but I do want to see if I can get a sell from here to take it lower. All right. That's ultimately what I want to see. All right. You could see the attempted accumulation, and ultimately these failed. So now I just need to sell from a higher area. Let's see. EJ next. EJ? Were you late on the call? Because EJ, I've done that that was one of the beginning ones I did. Yeah, we'll go into it. So EA, I'll tell you right now, EA. So EA is bearish, right? Don't get me wrong. EA is bearish. Higher time frame, we haven't done anything. Like we're just trading between the range, right? This is high and this is the low, and this isn't even a structure high, right? This is just the range high. We came into here. This was a decent buy. I know a couple guys that caught that. I know a couple guys that missed that. They were trying to play it a little too tight, so they missed the entry. I am personally waiting for price to come into this accumulation area here, which we're coming into, right? We're coming into. All right. I don't know. I wonder if my drawings are still in here. So we caught a couple little quick like intraday scalps on it, which were pretty good. I don't know if they're still here. Oh yeah, they're here. They're here. Okay. So we caught this move right here. This was a nice little clean accumulation into a reaccumulation. So this was a nice little entry, and I want to say it was like 80% of the 4-minute, I think, or 3-minute. Hold on. No, where is it? Was it the 12-minute? I have to look at my journal now. Let's see. 6-minute, 7-minute, 8-minute. I know it was in here somewhere. Yeah, I deleted it. Oh well. I deleted it. But the entry, that's what we caught right here. It was off this spring, came right into it really nicely. And then we ended up taking it up. And then a couple of us caught the second entry too, which was a phenomenal entry off like the seconds time frame. I've been really playing around with the seconds really to see if I can get these tighter entries. All right, man, later. Yeah, I really don't trade EA. I'll tell you that. I don't. Yeah, this was the entry that I caught right here. Right. Yeah, this was the entry I caught. So this was off. I caught it off the 32nd. So we had a type 4 that came into the 3-minute. Yeah, no, 2-minute. Oh, wait, this was the 32nd one. Yeah, my bad, guys. This was a while ago. Yeah, this was the entry I caught right here off the 32nd. Nice little type 4, broke structure, had equal lows before coming back and took that liquidity into here. This was, it was a 1.8 pip stop. And then I closed out at the distro. So I closed out at this distro right here. This was like on Thursday afternoon, Thursday going into Friday. So this distro right here, I closed out at. So yeah. Yeah, it was a quick little like 1 to 30 on it, a couple of minutes. But EA, I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for it to trade down into here. So as soon as we can either get an accumulation or something down in here, this is where I'm waiting. So, and then we do have a reason to come down into this area down here. But either way, there's no limit orders. These are all just, I need schematics. simply because we haven't really broken any structure, right? We haven't done anything on EA. It's just kind of doing a wave. It's going up and down, up and down. So, um, yeah, no, ECAT I don't trade. ECAT is nowhere on my radar. Yeah, I can't stand ECAT. All right, we talked about AU. We're almost done now. We're almost done. AJ, son of a gun, bro. Are you kidding me? Really? Well, all right. So this was the limit order I had on AJ. This was the limit order. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken this trade right now anyway, though. So let's just go to replay mode and look at this. Let's look at this. So we'll see if this played out. You still have the limit? Yeah, I'm not putting it in until I go to bed. So we have this redistribution, right? In the redistribution, we do have a distro, right? We do have a distro, really clean distro. All right. Type 2. And I personally have a limit order off of the 3-minute 50%. Okay. So if you go to the 3-minute, you'll see that it is the most voluminous candle right here that comes up to mitigate the UT. So this is a 1.1 pip stop. This is one of those that, like, if you don't have a lot of confluence in this, then you throw $50 at it instead of your full 0.25%, $250, right? But this is what I'm looking at from here. All right. And then if we play it and just go to a structure point, let's see where structure is sitting. All right. So what have we done on AJ, right? So we have traded into the extreme on AJ, right? And I've circled the extremes, right? So we had this high that comes down into here. Price did come into the 4-hour, right? This is the 4-hour, and I'll show you the 4-hour, but we made a new high. So we did come into the 4-hour. We did have a schematic. All right. I was looking at hedging the buy into a sell here for a pullback to then get into another buy, right? That's what I was looking at doing. So that's the only reason I'm not going to have this limit order, because realistically, we are still bullish, right? This is what's maintaining structure right here. And if you go to the 4-hour, I think the 4-hour is cleaner. There we go. Yeah. Yep. So there's our legs, right? When you look at the leg, it's pretty obvious. And you could see we traded into the 4-hour. So I did have a limit on the buy. It missed it. So like I had this limit right here. I was looking off of this type 4. I was looking at 80% of the 47-minute, 50% of the 12 and the 11, and then the 7654 open. So I was looking right here, and this just missed it by like 6 pips. So came 6 pips shy and then took off. Never came back. Yeah. Came to 33, 50% of the 33. Did it? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I bet it came. I bet it came to the 47-minute, the 50% of the 47. Yeah, see the 47? We tapped into the 50% of it. It tapped into the 50% of the 47 right here to the T. I wasn't willing to take a 12 pip stop loss, and my spread on AJ is a pip, so that would have been a 13. Not when I had all this confluence on the 80%. So not only that, but this happened during changeover. So I wouldn't have been filled anyway. I wouldn't have been filled. Yeah. Which broker do you use for personal account? So I'll tell you right now, I can tell you that my personal broker sucks for raw spread. I use Awanda because it's a US broker. I'll tell you right now, the 2 prop firms that I trade for have better spreads. And that's honestly one of the main reasons I trade a proprietary firm, is because they have their own liquidity provider. So they can offer you really tight spreads, like FTMO. I mean, I would say everything except for 2 currency pairs like EN and maybe like NCAT or GN have less than 1 pip spreads. So Yeah, it's that's one of the main reasons why I like to trade the prop firms is because I can really get these tight entries and make some decent money. So yeah, this thing came, dude. Did this thing come into it? Hold on. Did this? You could see my alert. My alert didn't go off. Yeah, it didn't quite come into it. Um, yeah, nope, they do. Why do you think I get so pissed off, man? They always do it during changeover. Like I get furious with it, man. Like this is why I buy new monitors and buy new phones and stuff because it pisses me off. Because you'll do all this work, you'll wait for an entire month for this one price to come in, and then it does it at 5:25 p.m. Eastern, where the spread, dude. I'll never forget. I went to go take a NCAT. I screenshotted this. I'll have to do it maybe next Tuesday. I'll show it. It's somewhere in my albums. I went to go take a buy on NCAD. It was during the holidays, during Christmas holidays this past year. And it was a 1.1 pip stop loss, right? 1.1 pip stop loss. And I had it all set up. I waited for a week, and I kid you not, I'm not lying one bit. It was like the day after Christmas. The spread on NCAD on my broker was 68 pips. The spread was 68 pips, and it was a 1.1 pip stop loss. So, and there was no way I was taking that entry. No way, you know. So, yeah. Yep, NZD. Yeah, it was NZD CAD. I'll never forget it. If I remember, I'll screenshot it and I'll have it up on my desktop and I'll show you guys. Like I circled it. It was on my MT4, man. I was just hot about it. I was fuming. So, but yeah. So AJ, it just sucks the timing. Like I was looking for a potential sell because this is, ideally, if we are going to if we are going to trade into the extreme of this leg, this would be the area to sell from to come down to the extreme because we wouldn't violate order flow, right? We wouldn't violate order flow. So I can see this happening. But keep in mind, just watch that, right? I would be watching if you're going to be up tonight trading. I would watch AJ from here and just see if it gives you a sign of distribution. It's not enough for me to put a limit order on it. I'll tell you that. Like I wouldn't be putting a limit order on it. And yeah, look, I mean see, this is the stupid thing that pisses me off sometimes. My limit order would have been at 362. Price comes to 325. So 4 pips, less than 4 pips. All right. And then let's see. The last one that I have I have on my radar is ACAD. Yeah. The last I have is ACAD. Now ACAD, I was looking for a potential sell out of here, and I'll be honest, like ACAD is very, very tricky right now, right? Because it's just look at this. It hasn't look at all the unmitigated selling areas. Like we have this to here, we have this to here, we have this to here. Like it hasn't been giving us any kind of sells, you know. And I've wanted to sell this thing, especially since we are getting closer. We've violated the low, right? This was the low that maintained bullishness. This was the leg, right, on the higher time frame. So I obviously want to take this lower, and I want to get past this area here. So this is my next target to take out this low. We are showing some distribution, right? We are showing some distribution. All right. It's just a matter of how we get up here now. All right. Because we've done this. So I had a limit order set off of this, right? But because we made this low and now we did this, right? Now this is no longer a limit order, right? This is just a point of interest in this box. And if we trade up here and show some more distribution to get sellers involved, then I'll take it. But that's the only way I'm going to do it. All right. I've got an alert sitting right here. If we trade up in there out of this accumulation, which I'm not interested in buying, I will look for a possible distribution out of here. Okay. But that's kind of what I've got going with ACAD. Like I want to try to get into a sell. The accumulation here just was all broken up. It didn't give any opportunity for a buy. We are currently in the point of interest is this slingshot area, this redistribution that caused this break. So that's why I'm looking here, right? That's why I'm looking here. Yeah. That's pretty much what I got, right? That's pretty much what I got. Let's see. Same with CAD. P 1 minute on NCAD, ACAD, the 1 minute. Yeah, it's gonna make me upset, isn't it? The 1 minute on this. Yeah, but this isn't gonna hold. Yeah, this distro isn't gonna hold. It's not in any point of interest. No, it wasn't that. Where oh, Odd Chef. Yeah, I know a couple people were looking at Odd Chef. I know Zach was looking at Odd Chef. I don't know I don't remember what he was looking at. Hold on, let me look at Odd Chef. It's been a minute since I did Odd Chef. Well, I see this 15-minute distro. Where's it at though? BTC? All right, we'll take a look at BTC, bro. Hold on, let me look at Odd Chef real quick. Oh, dude, I'll tell you right now, this is. All right, wait a minute. Let's go. Let's look higher time frame first. Nope. Stop. There we go. What's the higher time frame doing? Whole lot of nothing, bro. All right. All right, so we're in a point of interest. Tap supply. Yeah, here's my thoughts on Odd Chef. I'm still waiting from February for buys. From the look at this buy limit I had sitting here. Still, yeah. Some of these pairs just aren't coming back, man. Like the odd pairs are just running sometimes. Like if you can get in on a lower entry, that's the best time to get in. All right, so what are we on the 1 hour? On the 1 hour, we're in a mess, bro. No man's land, bro. It's a mess. This, I'll tell you right now, this would have been the start of a really great distribution. But and we're testing supply, but so when you're looking at schematics, right? Here's a great example, right? When we're looking at schematics, all right, change of character. What's your first change of character? Man, this thing needs to just pop out at you. Change of character. And then what are we doing? Well, we have another distribution that occurs here, right? Clean distribution, UTAD, MSAL, right? But then what do? Like we just linger, right? So this is showing me this. This is showing me that we're coming up to test supply. Like they're filling orders, right? But you know what it's telling me is that the orders they're filling are small because it doesn't have enough oomph to get down to test the bottom of the ranges, right? We're missing that sign of weakness. So, it's like, you know, it's like going to buy a car, right? And you're going to the Maserati or the Lamborghini dealership, but you're only bringing, a $10,000 check. That's it. So like you're taking the test drive, but then you got to return the car. They're not getting enough interest, or there's not enough orders or enough volume to really get this to push down, and that's for me, this is yeah, this is immediately I'm out of it. Um, yeah, yep, yeah. Um, Yeah, I mean this distro did look pretty decent, but then I mean it looks like it came right into that. Did it come into 80% of that 1 hour? I'm gonna laugh. I mean it would have been invalidated anyway because this high took it, but did it come into did it come into 80%? Hold on. I'm surprised no one asked me about the 80% today. No, I just missed it. It just missed it. Just missed the 80. Maybe the 2 hour, but it really doesn't matter because price, yeah, it doesn't matter. Price never respected it, you know. And then what do we do here? We looks like we had a distribution here, but that distribution didn't lead to a break. You know what I mean? That's the only issue. Like it didn't even break order flow. So you could see this wick right here. This distro wasn't even able to cause the break of order flow. So had this caused the break below here, then maybe if we got another distro in here, I'd be looking at this, right? But because it didn't do anything. We haven't done anything. We're just sideways. Like it's not doing anything for me. All right, what did and then before I get off, like so BTC. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, this is going to turn into a reaccumulation. That looks like a reaccumulation. Yeah, on BTC. Let me just see, man. I haven't marked up BTC in a long time. Long time. All right, so what do we have? We have on the hour. Where is structure? So I was looking for buys into this area. We just never got in there. There was it looks like there's a clean accumulation that happened in there. I don't know if anyone caught that. Let's see. Yeah, no, never mind. It didn't give me any reason to buy it yet. By the time it broke structure, it was weak. It was weak. I don't know what this is. Let's go. All right, so let's see. Yeah. I definitely like I like BTC for some more buys. We've jumped the creek. Now I'll tell you right now, the minute it yeah. But I definitely be looking for buys. I'd be looking for buys though out of here. Find the candle that did this. That's where I'd be looking for buys. So yeah, we'll see. I'll tell you right now, I haven't traded BTC in a while. The last time I traded BTC, where was my buy? Here was my buy right here. Hold on. This was my buy right here. This was the buy that my broker didn't fill me on. Yeah, that's the buy that my broker didn't fill me in. It was 130 pip stop loss, 130 pip on the 15, and they didn't fill me. So, and my targets on this were, I don't even remember, like 36K or something like that. So yeah. Yep. Yeah. So all right, guys. Well, listen, it's been fun. Look at the 1 hour at 60K. 1 hour at 60K. Look at the 1 hour at 60K. Where are you talking? The sell in the past. You're talking this one here? Wait, you talking this one here? Or are you talking about this one? Yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about. This one was a clean distro though. From the highs, this was a clean distro. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, this I know a couple of people that caught a really good nice distro out of here because that was a clean distro, especially lower time frame. Like the 5 minute was a really clean distro on there. Yeah, there was a clean distro in here. You could just follow the order flow on it. So I know as soon as it broke here, this was the entry when we broke that low right in here. So that was the LPSY that I know a lot of people caught right in here off that 5 minute. So I think it was like the 5 minute, the 7 minute, the 11, something like that. There was a bunch of confluence in here, and this was this was ultimately like a redistribution, right? That was the redistribution. So coming into this area of demand, we had the attempted accumulation that failed, and then price coming into that. So, but all right, guys, listen, enjoy. Oh, you are, bro? All right, man. Awesome. Yeah. Hit me up. You got my number, bro. Hit me up. We'll definitely meet up, bro. So, it mitigated one more time. Did it really? Really? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right, bro. Listen, guys, I will see you. Enjoy. Thanks for jumping on, and I'll catch everybody later, man. If you guys have any questions, definitely drop them. Drop a DM. Hit me up on Instagram. And like I said, I will definitely be dropping that journaling. I'm going to go through journaling video on YouTube. Like I said, I'm hoping it's only going to be an hour long, but I can't promise it. I can't promise it. So other than that, enjoy, guys. Thank you for hopping on, and I will see everybody later, man. Have a good one. Enjoy.